Um. Anyway, how's your day going?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to Waste Management, where we are taking out the trash. Today's trash
Today's
is
trash.
Jackson's lab assignment.
Why you gotta bring my personal life into this show?
Because it sounds pretty trashy.
I mean, it is, but like, I'm trying to keep that on the down
Okay,
low. You know
here's
what I'm
my
saying? No
personal
one
life today
asked.
is
I
that.
have something to talk about.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
I want to say, first off, happy Waddle Wednesday, everybody. Can we get a clap for that, actually? Woo!
You
Waddle
hate Waddle
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
What are
You
you
hate
talking
Waddle
about?
Wednesday.
It's
I
Waddle
send
Wednesday, dude.
I send you Waddle Wednesday memes on every day of the week, other than Wednesday, and also today is
And you know
Thursday.
what today is? That's right. It's Waddle
Waddle
Wednesday.
Wednesday, baby.
What the fuck does that mean? First off, I want to know who started that.
I don't know. It's just a thing on the internet, man. It's just, Waddle Dee Wednesday. Waddle Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Waddle Wednesday. We got to come up with like a name for every day of the week. So it's like it's Waddle Wednesday.
Out of touch Thursday.
No, it has to start with a sound because it's Thursday.
It's out of touch Thursday.
Okay, that's
It's a thing that me and my friends had in high school. Do you know the song Out of Touch by Hall & Oates?
yeah.
Which, by the way, certified banger.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, we just had like Out of Touch Thursday. It's pretty awesome.
Speaking of out of touch, last episode we had the roommate episode of the show, and we
Are you
were.
saying our roommates are out of touch?
Well, hold on. Let me segue. Let me complete the segue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was Joe yelled up to me from downstairs. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get Duncan. Do you want to join?" And I was like, "Sure." And then we got into his car, and he was playing the "This Is Drake" playlist on Spotify. And then there was a song. I don't remember what song. There was a song that came on from Views, and I was like, "This song fucking sucks." And he was like, "No, it's kind of good though." It's kind of a bang, dude. When they get to the third hi hat, it's like I didn't even see that coming.
As a drummer, I really appreciate when people mention the hi-hat.
You know what I'm saying? The hi
It really
hat's
just
kind of
adds.
underappreciated.
I don't think it is. I think trap ruined the hi-hat, actually. People
You
are like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
you think they
You know?
ruined the hi hat?
No, it's just like overused, like a lot. Like the classic, like in trap beats, it's just like,
But that's like kind of the whole point of the genre. No,
I'm just not a trap guy, I just don't like trap music.
I
It's too
mean,
much for me.
are you scared?
Not really. I just don't like how it sounds. This is like the 100 gex topic. It's like I'm not like I don't think it's bad. I just don't really like it.
No, you just
Personally.
you think it's bad for society, and that's okay. You can say that.
No, I don't. What?
You don't
I've-
like
I've
Playboy
never
Cardi. Just say that.
That is. No, that's not true.
Name a Playboy Cardi song.
A Vamp Anthem.
Dude, that's such a good song.
It's such a good song.
It is kind of unironically a banger.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Minecraft door being sampled in that one. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It goes hard.
I think that people need to make more video game references in music without getting copyrighted. You
I
know what
actually couldn't disagree more.
I'm like 100% kidding. It's
Every
not like when I
time-
listen to music, I'm like, oh, you want to know what this needs? The Minecraft creeper, like, about to explode, but then doesn't explode sound effect.
Yeah. I think every time I hear a rapper like mention a video game, there's a part of my heart that like breaks off from the rest and disintegrates.
Jackson, they're just like you and me. They're just like
no.
us, man.
I do not want to hear fucking Denzel Curry talking about Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm just not gonna have it. It doesn't.
Is Lil Uzi the one who got the diamond implanted in his forehead?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely like has played Earthbound. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
That's like some 1990s like RPG villain like type of shit, you know? Like if I implant this
So what does this have to do
crystal
with
into my
Earthbound?
forehead, well, you know, because that's an RPG.
Is there a
Anyway,
guy in Earthbound with
it's
a
like
crystal in his head?
I feel like there would be. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's not. But you know, like that's a very okay. We'll say it's a very Square Enix RPG kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
You got to go out there. You got to collect all the elements, the crystals of the elements, and save the world. And then you get to the boss, and it's Lil Uzi with the pink diamond in his head, and he was like, "It was me all along. I've been controlling the elements."
That does feel like something that should be in like Chrono
and then he does
Trigger
that.
or something.
Right.
Yeah, which is also a great game.
It is a great game.
Zero people have played.
Myself included, but I've heard great things.
We were talking about Earthbound. When were we talking last? Like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that game has some banger quotes.
Again, my favorite video game quote of all time is from that game. It's so good. I'm not gonna say what.
Okay, I was gonna. Yeah, all right.
No, I'm just kidding.
No,
After all, I mean, it only cost you your life, and you got that for free.
It's a good quote. Shout out.
It's a good quote.
Shout
Everyone
out
should
to
live their life that way.
Shigesato Itoi, who wrote every line of dialogue in the game.
It is like such a good game, though. Like I know it's made by Nintendo, but like Earthbound was the first indie game.
And the even crazier thing was, he didn't
Like,
know
it's
how to
not,
use
but-
a computer. So he said all of the lines in the game out loud, and then someone else typed them into a computer.
That's so awesome.
Which
He didn't
is
just like think
crazy.
about like writing them down.
No.
He was like, I'm gonna have this conversation with myself like 8 times.
He had like, what's the name of like the person who sits in like a court case or like in court and they type out the transcript of everything being said? What's the name of that person? If I was applying
I got
to that
nothing.
job on Indeed.com, what would I type in for the job?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I got nothing. I would say like court transcriber, transcription professional. I don't know.
Professional transcriptor. Yeah.
I've been applying to a lot of jobs on Indeed recently.
Would any be inside of a court, perhaps?
None of them. 0, in fact.
Would any of them, would you be transcribing anything?
Maybe, I don't know. I think if I work in a warehouse, I could be transcribing things. Who knows? I'm not applying to work in a warehouse, though.
Also, can we just say fuck Indeed.com?
It is just worse than LinkedIn, but I haven't finished making my LinkedIn profile, so I
Can we
haven't.
also say fuck
I can
LinkedIn.com?
100% say fuck LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is like the scourge of the earth.
Yeah, I think that we should all just connect on Instagram and offer each other jobs.
I genuinely, I think I hate LinkedIn more than I hate Facebook, which is saying something. Because it's like
Yeah,
Facebook, you know, you could just like sit and shit post all day, and that's like
you gotta
fine.
put a furnace there. Idiot.
Ah,
It is kind of like the worst. Not that it's a social media platform because it's technically like used for work, but I think it's the worst.
Yeah, it's easily the worst. Like everything about it.
It's like the 4chan of employment opportunities.
What?
Well, because like no one likes it
How is it similar to 4chan at all?
because no one likes 4chan.
There are a lot of people that like 4chan.
Okay, I don't like 4chan.
Okay.
I guess you could just say it's like the Facebook of the employment world.
Or we could just say it's the LinkedIn of the because it's the only fucking site that exists to do that people use.
What about Indeed, man?
Well, Indeed is like a place to apply for a job, whereas like LinkedIn is like networking.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't really apply to jobs on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's always like click apply here, and then it takes you to the company's website anyway.
And then it's like, well, I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
I love when I apply to a job on Indeed, and then they're like, yeah, click this apply button right now. And I'm like, all right, putting in my resume, blah, blah, and then it's like apply on company site. And I'm like, and then I go to the company site, and then they're like, make an account. And I'm like, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah, I gotta make an account for this shit. This is stupid. I'm not gonna
Like, really?
remember my fucking. I don't want to name drop
And then
a
like,
company.
and
but-
like you got there from Indeed, but you can't use like your Indeed account to log in to like that. But like they posted the job on Indeed, and then when like you go to like say how you heard about the job, they're like, "You've heard about it from LinkedIn, right?" And I'm like, "No, what? What do you mean? I heard."
It's
I
like a
got here
drop
from
down.
the
It's like,
Indeed link.
how did you hear about the job? And like the actual place that you heard about the job is not in the drop down at all. So you just have to pick the next closest thing to it.
You have to pick other every time.
I also love when applying for jobs, every time I gotta be like, I'm white. I'm a guy. I am not a veteran. I am not disabled. I wish there was. I said this to one of my friends a couple of days ago. I wish there was just like a default button.
I don't think that you can say that.
Why not?
Because like most people are not white men.
But most people applying to jobs on Indeed.com I think are white men.
I feel like that's probably not true.
I feel like that's true. Name someone who's not a white man for $100.
Like anyone at all?
You name one. I dare
Like if
you.
it was just like Martin Luther King. Like he counts. My friend DJ. Like that's it?
I think most people couldn't do that though.
I could also name any woman ever.
You don't know any of those.
Amelia Earhart. And there are not any others.
That is the only woman.
That's one of my favorite TikToks ever. Is when that guy goes like the prompt is like, "Can you name all 52 women?" And he just goes, "Fuck, I didn't know there were that many." And it's like, what?
Doja Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the world is like pretty evenly split. There's like 4 billion women and 4 billion men.
There's
and actually that's not
52,
true because
yeah.
it's probably what?
What?
It's actually not true because I guess it's probably like 3 billion. I don't even know. I'm not going to try and think about the numbers
What
right now.
are you trying to math are you doing right now?
Well, because, man, some people are not men or women or either or
okay.
both or,
Yeah, but like who cares? To be honest.
fuck you. You know what? Aren't we all just specks of dust?
We all got, we all
A
got
dumpy.
cum inside of us. We're all the same.
What?
It's whatever,
That's a hot take.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I don't think that everyone
think
has
that's-
come inside of that.
I think that's biology.
Um,
No, I think we all have cum inside of us, and it's just like moving around and shit.
you
as
could
it
have just said like
does.
blood or like
Carbon.
yeah, or like oxygen, and you went with cum.
Well,
And I
it's
think that's really-
something
I think
we
that's
all
really
got.
brave.
It's something everyone can relate to. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, you know what? Yep, you're right. We're all just big old piles of cum.
That's right.
I really like where this episode is going.
This is good. This is the best episode yet. And
Yeah, especially
hey,
compared to our hot garbage episode.
this is a great time to let everyone know that you can rate 5 stars on Spotify and
Can you actually rate
Apple
like,
Podcasts.
is it like, does it rate the whole podcast or does it just rate the episode?
No, it's the whole podcast.
Okay, so I think this episode is not really gonna do
Which
us
is
that well in the
Kind of
rating
fucked
department.
up if you think about it, because it's like every episode, it's a different product. We're putting it's a different mindset going into every
Well, yeah,
one.
but that's like our podcast though. Some podcasts are just like the same shit. It's like, let's look at this murder mystery, and like this time we're gonna look at this guy who killed 4 people in his house, and this time we're gonna look at a guy who killed 5 people.
And then there are some podcasts that are like, did you guys see the NFL highlights this week? And it's like, yeah.
Can you just like watch like Fox Sports or whatever for that?
Can't you just
Like with
watch
Tucker Carlson or
fucking
whatever?
sports? Tucker Carlson does not do sports.
He's on Fox, man. He probably knows about the sports.
Yeah. Him and Sean
Speaking
Hannity.
of which, I was driving today. Well, I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger seat of my friend's car. We were going to get materials for class.
Yeah.
And he's playing music. He's on aux. It's his car. You know, that's how it is.
Driver gets
And
aux. Those are the rules.
all of a sudden, I hear like a little bit of a synth traveling upwards.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Why does it sound so familiar? And then all of a sudden, he starts just playing like "What Does the Fox Say," which I haven't heard or thought about in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a crazy choice. He was like, yeah, I'm not gonna skip this. I was like, all right, man, let's listen to it.
So this just came up in like a playlist that was on shuffle?
Yes.
That's crazy. Because that means they had to go out of their way and be like, I want to add it to this playlist of all of my other normal music that I enjoy.
Well, it was like throwback, like 2005 to 2015 music.
That's not a throwback, I feel like.
It's not, but it's like, you know, like early childhood us music.
Yeah.
And he was like, because 2 songs before, keep in mind, Gangnam Style played.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, this shit never gets old.
Yeah, I'd say it got old pretty quick, actually.
I think that actually is going to be my song that I try my bit for this year. Like to see if I can listen to as many hours of Gangnam Style as I possibly can. So my Spotify Wrapped is just like top song.
Yeah, but we're
And
a
then it'll be
third
like-
of the way into the year, so.
It's fine. I've been putting it on as I sleep like every few nights.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I mean, I just put my volume like all the way down, but I just let it like loop over and over and over and over again. Because I'm not actually going to listen to Gangnam Style for like 10,000 hours, but I think it'd be really funny if I post my Spotify Wrapped and that's what it says.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's kind of a good bit.
It
I
would
think it's
be
pretty
really
decent.
funny if it, like, if Gangnam Style was, like, it played longer than all of the other music you listen to over the course of the year combined.
I think it will.
I mean, I guess if you're just doing it every time you sleep, then yeah.
I haven't done it every time. I need to be more consistent.
Yeah, you got to put
But-
a reminder in your phone for that.
I do. It's important. Plus, then it's tough because it's like if I turn my phone volume all the way down, is my alarm gonna go off? The answer, yes, it does. But what if it doesn't? Who knows?
I think about that every time I set my alarm. Like, I have to, like, quadruple check whether or not my ringer is actually on, whether the alarm is set. This is why I set, like, 3 alarms that are all, like, 2 minutes apart.
Yep, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Waking up is just like never enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the comfort of my sweet bed.
That's why some people choose to never wake up.
You mean like die?
Think about that.
That's so deep.
You know?
Anyway, in other news,
Anyway, this is kind of old news. Did you see the one pro Valorant player who got arrested?
No. Really?
Yeah, he was.
Who is this?
It's this guy by the name of Sick, who is on Sentinels, one of the best Valorant teams in the world, and they were arrested for trespassing at a Ferrari dealership.
That's tough.
Which is really, but they didn't like break into the establishment or whatever. It was just they were there and they were asked to leave and they didn't. So the cops were called. And
That's
then
crazy.
he was just released like a week ago.
Oh. So he didn't get. You said like, oh, Valorant player arrested. I thought it was going to be like, it's always like talking to minors, but that's so much better.
Also, what a sick way to get arrested.
Yeah, that is kind of a flex.
Like, if you're gonna be arrested, you might as well do it at the Ferrari dealership.
You might as well get arrested for loitering at the Ferrari dealership. Dude, Ferrari is so weird. They're like I don't know how their business model like works successfully, like at all.
I think they just charge a gajillion dollars for every car.
Well, they do, but
And
also like
they make money.
you can't just you can't just like go to a dealership and then like get one.
Yeah,
Like, they
otherwise you get
wouldn't
arrested.
sell it to you. Well, no, but I mean like there's like they have like a program or whatever, and you have to like buy like a pre-owned one or like an old one, and then like take care of it for a certain amount of time, and then they'll be
Yeah.
like, you seem like you could take care of a Ferrari. Like Deadmau5. Remember Deadmau5?
Shout out.
The goat.
Remember, like you're saying that like he's gone.
Well, he's not dead. He's just not very popular anymore.
Okay.
I remember when you used to like log into Minecraft and then like there would be like the model of his head, and everyone would be like, "Whoa,
What?
that's not a square."
I do not remember this.
Someone like modded it as like a hat in Minecraft, like really
Oh,
early in the
okay.
game,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
everyone was
yeah.
like, "What? That's so not a square. That's so crazy." Anyway, he bought a Ferrari, and then he wrapped it in like the like a. Do you say neon cat or neon cat?
It's Nyan Cat.
Yeah, neon. He wrapped it in a neon cat, and he called it the Purrari, and his license plate was Ferrari, and
That's pretty
Ferrari
good.
sent him a cease and desist. And they made him sell it back to them.
How much do you think it takes to? How much money is it to wrap a Ferrari?
Probably way more than you or I will ever have. I guess that's probably not true. I would say like at least $100,000.
I can't think of anything that's more like
It's got to be less than that.
like wrapping a car puts you on like two sides of a spectrum. You're either like so sick or so lame, and there's no in between.
I think the Ferrari is kind of sick.
The Ferrari is crazy.
Awesome thing that I saw one time. I drive a Toyota RAV4, and one time my mom and I were driving past, like we were just driving around running errands. I don't remember what we were doing. We drove past this pizza place, and their delivery car was my car exactly, but just wrapped from like bumper to bumper of just like pepperoni, like cheese texture with pepperoni. And I was like, that goes so hard.
And it's
Mom,
like
can
a
I
delivery car.
Can I please wrap my car in like pepperoni pizza wrap? And she was like, I don't even care if you pay for the whole thing. No. I was like, all right.
I think
It was pretty awesome.
if I was like super rich, I would wrap a car and I would just get one of those cars that has like hentai all over it.
That would be kind of awesome.
And I would never drive it. It would just be like in my garage.
You would just have to have it.
Yeah.
But it'd be really funny if instead
Next
you
to all
bought
my
like
knowledge.
a 2001 like Toyota Corolla and then got the hentai wrap on it.
Yeah. Which is a 22-year-old car at this point in time.
Yeah, we weren't even alive in 2000. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was getting
There are a couple of people who lost their life in 2001.
Yeah, only a couple actually.
2,996 to be exact.
So that's like literally one day.
Yeah.
It's not like no one else died the entire year.
Well, there
2001.
was a
was
certain
low.
tragedy that happened on that day.
Yeah, I know.
Some people may not know.
Some people might forget, but us,
Is that
we never forget.
is that like a chapter in the history books yet?
9/11?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. When
Did
was the
you-
last time
did
you
you-
read a history book?
We talked about it in high school.
That shit was not in my history book. McGraw
Really?
Hill is behind on their time.
Pearson, dude, they don't know what the shit they're talking about.
No, Pearson is up on their shit, I feel like.
No, they are not. They all suck, dude. McGraw Hill is the worst, though.
Anyone who has son in their name, they know what they're fucking talking about.
Shut up. You're so biased.
That's
So
What are you talking
if
about,
someone's
man?
Last name. Does that count?
no.
Does it have to be a first name?
It has to be a first name because
Well, fun
I
fact,
make the rules right now.
Pearson is a last name, you idiot. So,
Oh, damn,
ooh, yeah, suck it.
that's crazy.
Not really. I mean, it is really a last name. Anyway, coming out in 1 month. Me. Coming out in 1 month.
That is weird to announce it. Guys,
No,
I'm
just-
coming
could you
out.
imagine?
I'm coming out
Guys,
as gay in 4 months from now.
I have an announcement to make.
Click the
1
DistroKid
month.
link to pre-save.
Click my Patreon to get exclusive updates
Yeah.
and footage. Pre-release. Yeah, no.
That's good.
Dude, I'm so excited for Tears of the Kingdom. That's what I was going to say. I know we already talked about Breath of the Wild last episode. and so
Yeah,
I'm not-
I don't care.
more
So
than
here's
15
what
seconds.
I'm
It's
excited
so
about.
good. What are
I
you
have
excited
strong
about?
opinions on that game.
Oh, do you? Anyway, Jackson, please carry on.
I'm
before Zach starts
excited
talking.
about Counter-Strike 2, which is currently in beta. I've wanted to talk about this for like so many weeks, and I've had no platform to talk about it on for so long.
About it.
I know, but I fucking play Counter-Strike actually, like a real gamer. I put in my years of service. You know how on your Steam profile it says years of service for how long you've had the account? That's how many years of service I have in CSGO.
Really?
And I've got 7 years of service in CSGO.
I think I also have around that many years of service on my Steam account, and I not from CSGO.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're the same age or something. But anyway.
But like we could have made our accounts at different times.
That's...
You know, I'm going to look right now.
No, when you're born, the government gives everyone a Steam account. And it's just when you choose to activate it.
Oh, okay. I actually only have 5 years of service.
Oh, loser.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, Counter-Strike 2, it's a big time right now because Valorant is, doing some large-scale updates to push their competitive scene, and CSGO getting an update for the first time in like literally a decade.
Like literally 12 years.
Yeah, which is it's an exciting time. I like seeing all the people on Twitter who are talking about CS2, like, because it's the only update they've had. Like, they're just now eating. They're like a camel in the desert, and they've gone for years without drinking water. And Valve has finally decided to give them their plate.
I am really surprised that Valve has done like literally anything though. That is awesome.
I mean, yeah, it is. I don't.
Half-Life 3.
It's not. We already got that. That's Half-Life Alyx, right?
Nope. That's different. Different game.
But
doesn't
like,
have a 3 in it.
It's the third one, or technically it's like the 8th one, but.
This is like when Miyamoto was like, Pikmin 4 is almost done in 2015, and then we got Hey Pikmin for the 3DS.
Yeah, but now we're getting Pikmin 4.
Yeah, so that means that eventually we're going to get Half-Life 3.
I don't think we're going to get Half-Life 3.
I don't think we will either.
I think we'll get Portal 3 before Half-Life 3.
I don't know.
That being said, neither of them are going to happen, but
I think Portal 3 could maybe happen.
It's kind of a miracle that like anything happens at Valve at all. I don't know if you know this, their work environment is just like fucked up on so many levels.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me like even a little bit. I feel like it's just like a server room and then like 10 dudes in like an office, and they kind of just like go in because they have to like do something.
Yeah.
And but they'll like twiddle their thumbs for 8 hours.
You know, like the memes of like, oh, it's fucking Silicon Valley open concept work environment, and everyone's happy, and they all have standing desks and Herman Millers. Valve is like that, but taken to its logical extreme, where there are no bosses at Valve. So like if you work at Valve, you don't have like a supervisor. You don't work for anyone. You just work for like Valve, the company. And you can do literally whatever you want.
And you don't apply for a job at Valve.
And the only way to get fired is if your coworkers, like enough people, sign off on firing you.
Damn.
It's like a democracy.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
I mean, it's not awesome if you actually want to make things, because everyone wants to do their own thing.
Well, yeah, but
so
I mean,
you
like,
end up getting nothing done.
Well, obviously enough people wanted to have CS2.
I mean, yeah, because it's like the only thing that makes Valve money besides, owning Steam.
Fair.
So
I'm gonna be honest with you. Not that I don't care, but like it's just not my thing. I like Valorant like as a game, but like it's not because I like the gameplay. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I need to play CS because it's just like more polished Valorant.
I mean, it's not that CS is more polished. It's just that it's like the Godfather, And you have to pay respects where respects are due. It's like playing any modern RPG without playing Earthbound first.
I think that a lot of people do that.
I know, and I think they're wrong. And I think they're terrible people for that.
You're going to think that I'm wrong for never playing CS. And I'm not saying that you're wrong because, like, that's fair. But, like, I've never played it, and I probably never will. And I'll download CS2 because you're gonna want to play it with me, and I'm gonna want to play it with you, and I'll play it for like a few rounds, and then I'll be like, this isn't as colorful and fun as Valorant. I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna keep playing Valorant. And that's just what's gonna happen.
But no, I have such an attachment to CS because I just spent so many of my formative years getting used to
I think that's totally fair.
that environment, and I'm still shit at CS, so
I'd probably also be horrible. So
I mean, yeah.
don't you worry.
It is literally just Valorant, though.
Yeah, but like
Because
without all the
Valorant
fun
is
abilities.
just well, yeah. But let's be real, like some of the Valorant abilities are just the same ability, but they look different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no,
half the characters have a
100%.
blind or a flash or a smoke.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that Valorant is some like creative masterpiece because it's not. I just
Raze's
like it better than
ult
CS.
is just a big gun. Like it's not.
Yeah. With a big bullet.
Sova's ult is also kind of just a big gun.
Yeah. That goes through walls too.
The only ult that like isn't like, or like Harbor's ult is just like a grenade, basically.
Like not really though.
Not really, but kind of. You know what I'm saying? The only
yeah.
ult that like you can't trace
Gekko's
back.
ult is a grenade. That's that you know, whatever. Nullify. What do they call it?
Oh shit! It's the same thing that Killjoy's ult does.
Yeah,
I don't remember the
called?
word for it. Detained.
Yeah, it's just like a grenade that detains people.
Yeah.
KJ's ult is Brim's ult is a big gun from the sky.
Yeah. The only ult that I can't think about, like, that isn't traced back to CS is just, like, Astra's, which is just a fucking wall.
Yeah.
Which is so lame.
Fair.
Or
Yeah,
I guess
I
Cypher
feel
has, like, the revealing location, but...
I think I just like it better because it's...
No, I
think
Valorant is a
funkier.
better game. But like I said, it's about paying homage to those who came before you, to your elders.
You sound like a boomer right now.
And also, I don't care. If it's for CS, I will.
I will never respect the government.
That's right. I won't. And I don't respect Valve, and I don't respect Nintendo anymore. But
yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Growing up is just, realizing that everything sucks.
Yeah.
But
like, don't get me wrong.
CS is, it's just all about, like, this is where it started. These are our roots. Also, CS is still one of the most played games, just by, like, users on at any given time.
Yeah, it is, like, quite a lot of people.
CSGO broke its all-time, like, concurrent player count, like, a month ago.
That's crazy.
More people are playing CSGO than literally ever.
Well, yeah, I would say especially now.
Also, there are still more people that play like Dota 2 than Rocket League.
That's crazy to me because
interesting.
I don't think that I know like a single person who plays Dota 2.
Yeah, exactly. And Dota 2 was also released like 10 years ago, so...
Yeah. It's like World of Warcraft.
Which also, it's interesting because, like...
World of Warcraft, though.
The whole thing that's new with CS2 is that it's made using the Source 2 engine, which came out in 2015, so they took their damn time getting to it.
But like, God fucking damn.
The whole thing with Dota 2 was that it was in Source 2, and that shit came out in like 2015, I think.
Wait, so that's the selling point? That's like the main like...
The selling point of CS2 is that it's on an engine that released 8 years ago.
8 years ago. That's crazy.
But the game looks phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen...
It does look really good.
Like, the before and after is insane. But... And also, like, a bunch of the skin prices in the game have, like, skyrocketed. Because the skins
are they going to be
transferred
transferable?
over. Yeah, it's just an update to CSGO. Like, you
That's
literally
awesome,
just
actually.
update it. It's not like a new thing you have to download.
Oh, really? So it is, like, actually just like a...
Yeah, they're doing, like, an Overwatch, basically.
Well, that went really well, so I don't see how this could
Yeah.
how this could go badly. Remember when they added in like the new story mode too?
Yeah.
Anyway, whenever they release that, maybe it'll
They
be
do
good.
that. You hold up like the stick that like wipes your memory or whatever.
Yeah, it's like remember when they did that?
I remember that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Going
I'm
back to
excited for
trashing your
CS.
idols. Yeah, I will absolutely play it with you, and I'll probably have fun. So
Yeah, man, I'm excited. But anyway, I thought of this question earlier today, and I wanted to know your thoughts on it. If you had to have like non-negotiable, 9 of your fingers are getting chopped off, which finger do you keep?
right thumb,
Why?
then I can still do this. That's literally I can still pick things up. That's it.
I don't think you could pick things up with your thumb.
It's
With
literally
your
just
thumb.
like imagine this part of my hand just like being gone. So it's just this.
But couldn't you do that with any of your other fingers?
No, but like the thumb is different because it's like totally opposable. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying, but like, what if
Like,
I,
look, I can.
what if I just do it with my middle finger or my ring finger? Can you not do this? Is this too difficult for
can.
you?
But this is like easier to pick things up. You know?
I don't think you know what it feels like to have only one finger.
You're right. I don't. What the fuck? Okay, fine. What is your answer?
I don't know. I just want the middle finger so I can still flick people
Fuck
off.
you.
But
That's why.
I think that's a
All
better
right, man.
reason than what you're saying. If
I
you
don't
have,
think it is.
if you have fucking one finger left, you're not picking shit up. Other people are probably doing that for you.
No, that they better not be. What if I don't have any friends, Jackson? What if all my friends are like, I only like you for your fingers, and then they all leave?
Yeah, good rebuttal. What if I just have no friends and I'm lonely and I have one finger?
Okay, whatever, man. You gotta be able to. You gotta be able to. You know, you gotta love yourself on your own before you can fully give yourself to all your relationships. So if I can't
Yeah.
love myself with one finger, how is anyone else supposed to love me?
And you're saying being able to pick up a stick of deodorant is self-love.
I could still do certain things. Okay, wait. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Do I lose like where do I lose my thumb if I lose it? Like, do I lose it like right here at the joint? Like,
You-
is this whole section coming off, or is just like here up?
Well, I think you still have like your whole palm. You certainly don't get to keep any of the joints that are associated with your thumb.
No. Okay. Well, so I can't like imagine I have no like I can't make this motion and grab things with my hands.
If that's
This is a serious question.
this is not a serious question.
You told me you were
I
curious. and now
asked
I'm
not
telling you
a
my
serious
answer.
question, and you're responding with a serious, clarifying question.
I am thinking this out. Okay.
Okay. And
You said you were curious to know, and then I asked you what your answer would be, and you were like, I don't
wasn't
know.
curious. I just wanted to know, and that's different.
How? So like you just want to know my answer and then like no follow up? Because then you said, well, why?
Yeah, I wanted to know your reason.
And then I told you, and now you're like, well, I don't care.
Don't you understand? This is part of the content. I have to make fun of you. If I just agree with you, it's like, what the fuck are we here for?
No, that's so true.
It doesn't
Would you
matter
not
if I
pick your-
actually fucking agree with you or not.
Would you not pick your right
This is
thumb,
about
though?
making content. I'm clocking in right now. This is my job.
All right, whatever, man. Let's throw our friendship for a contest.
That's...
You know what? Screw you. You stink.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, I'm over the screw you thing.
We're all just fucking stardust anyway.
True.
Oh, so the other day I was hanging out. We're
Right.
moving on. The other
No,
day
go
I
ahead.
was
Fine.
hanging out with Joe, and we were in our computer science building on campus. We were just hanging out, and I had a class in like 30 minutes or whatever, so I'm hanging out in like the first floor area below where my class is.
Right.
I'm just chilling. We're shooting the shit. You know, we're kings of the porcelain throne in here, okay? Because we run the place. Everyone knows our names. And
Are you
there's
hanging out in the bathroom?
No, we're hanging out on this very comfy couch.
The porcelain throne.
The porcelain. Well, there's a part of our campus that looks like a toilet, and that is also colloquially called the bowl, and it's connected to that part of campus. So we were kind of
nothing else then.
inside the porcelain. Anyway, so there's this guy that walks into this room that we're sitting in, and there are other people in here. Like, this is a communal space, so it's like me, Joe, Joe's girlfriend, and then there's like 4 other like random people we don't know who are just like doing work.
Right.
And there's this guy who comes into the room. He is dressed like he works on Wall Street, and he's having a really rough day. So he's in like he's in a full suit, but he doesn't have the blazer on. So it looks like he's running around the Wall Street floor, and he's like making trades. Like, he's very obviously doing
Wall
something.
Street Bull is chasing him, and
Yeah.
he is running.
Yeah, he's walking, and he's very confident. He's got a very, like, I'm a
Very-
businessman, I walk, kind of walk.
Right, yeah.
And he's carrying a briefcase and whistling to himself. And he goes to this chair that is sitting next to me, and he puts his briefcase, and it's like the briefcase that looks like the Mission Impossible briefcase. Like, this shit has a bomb inside of it. And
Well, let's hope not, but right, yeah.
he sets the briefcase down in this chair next to me, still whistling, turns around, and walks out the way he came. And when he's exiting, we see in his back pocket, he has a razor that you would use to, like, shave your face. He just has a razor in his back pocket.
It's so random. What?
And then we obviously notice this. We're making jokes about it. We're like, is that a fucking bomb? And 10 minutes go by. The guy comes back, still whistling. He picks up the briefcase and he leaves.
And that's it.
And I just want to know if I hallucinated this or not. If this was all just a collective, like, we all got heat stroke.
Maybe you
And
did.
we saw an oasis in the middle of the desert,
I mean, it kind of sounds like you did. That's so strange.
This
What?
is some shit, like, POV, you brought a camera into your dreams.
Yeah, POV, that's what it would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry,
I think
my
there
light
was a
didn't-
bomb inside of
That briefcase?
inside of that briefcase, sitting next to me for a solid 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I swear to God,
And I was
going to
just
college
confused.
is was like one of the most not life-changing, but like life-changing experiences. Not from an educational standpoint, because like I'm learning certain things, and then other things I'm like, I did not need to pay thousands of dollars for one person to tell me this in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, it's just very strange, like, the people like people watching in Walmart, for example. It's like,
Yeah.
Walmart is open to the public, like you could go into Walmart and literally anyone could be there.
Yeah, I often do go into a Walmart, and
You
there are
could look-
people there.
Right. Well, okay, yes, but I mean, like, people from all walks of life, like you could, some dude who like pulls in the parking lot and they're driving like a Corvette and wearing a suit and whatever, and then someone else pulls in and they're like Honda Civic whipping around in a t-shirt, and it's like, whatever,
Right.
everyone can go to Walmart.
Okay.
I don't know why I
well,
said this could really apply to like literally any public space ever.
I want to
But for
append
some reason-
something to what you just said right there. I believe that
Sure, yeah.
all walks of life can appear in a Walmart, but I do not believe all walks of life appear in a super Walmart, which is an important clarification.
I think that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Like the Walmart like superstore.
yeah, you get
Yeah.
different kinds of people that show up to the Walmart that is both a Walmart and a grocery store. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
The Walmarts that are like 2 floors. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? There's some
I don't think I've ever been to a
interesting
Walmart that's 2 floors.
characters in there. Or maybe I'm thinking of Target.
Yeah, Target has 2 floors. I don't
There's
think
some
Walmart
Targets
has 2
that have
floors,
2
no matter
floors.
what.
I want to say that I've been in a Walmart with 2 floors. but I have no empirical evidence to back this up. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, so being on like a university campus is also a place where like people of all walks of life are. You know, like I could see like one person who I feel like is like a normal person, and then like someone else passes me and they're wearing like the drippiest fit I've ever seen, and like their
Right.
outfit is probably worth more than like the entirety of my tuition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's neat. Um, but also like behavior wise, like I think there's just, and maybe it's just because I go to OSU. I know that RIT is obviously a smaller campus. Um, the resources for the simulation like run very low at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like people be like walking into walls and like especially in the dining hall, I'll be like, you know, minding my own business, standing in line, and people will just like be standing there with their plate and then like turn around and like walk out of the line. Or like today, I let this dude cross in front of me in the sidewalk, and he walks up like and then like looks to the left, like past my car because he's crossing across 2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah.
And there's another car coming, and the car just doesn't stop, and neither does the guy. So he just goes like this, and I swear to God, this Honda Civic comes like speeding by me and is like 1 inch away from like taking off this guy's feet.
Yeah.
And he's just like unfazed and just like keeps walking. And I was like, that was not a human reaction to that situation. What just happened?
Honestly, I think that's normal if you live in a city.
I guess so.
You know, like that shit does not happen in fucking the suburbs of Chicago, but that certainly happens in Chicago.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know,
But I feel like
there you look at like the movie Elf, for instance, and it's like there's not a single scene that's outside where they don't like cut off a taxi by jaywalking.
yeah, true.
You know what I mean? That's just how the
Yeah.
city functions.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really like you just see the amount of like shit that people are tired of putting up with. It's pretty cool.
I mean, I think there are some people that are aware of the world around them, and then there are some people who either don't give a shit or are too stupid to realize.
It's crazy, dude. Like I have met so many interesting people with like so many different amounts of brain function since I've been here. And I think that was the most jarring thing about coming to college for me. It was like, yeah, you know, I just like I gotta think about, you know, like when I'm gonna go get dinner later or something. And someone's like, oh, you know, like I haven't thought about that. Or like what I have to do like for the next few weeks. Or really like anything, you know? I'm like, what? Like, did you just like not think? And they're like,
Yes.
yeah, not really.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I mean, that's what happens when you major in, you know,
communications.
coloring in the lines. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, anyway, I can't
You think that's a class in like, you know how like
in like business
if
literature.
you no if you ever have to take like a math placement exam, there's usually a class at the school where like if you fail the math placement exam,
Yeah, that's where you go.
they put you in like a baby math class. Yeah. Do you think there's that but for art school? Like your art is so dog shit, but you're good enough to be in art school.
Damn. I feel like
And
if
they're
it's
like, okay, so again, in the lines, you got to stay in them.
we can see the talent coming through, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess maybe it doesn't exist because you can just be like, oh no, I'm inspired by abstract impressionism, and then be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I could see it.
That's like how architecture is.
It's like Pablo Picasso. I know him.
I feel like you just have to lie.
Yeah, I think
It's like your resume. Like they gave us I had this lecture in like my representation course about like your resume and everything.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, just like paraphrase like a lot. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And they were like, you can like stretch the truth. And I was like by how much?
Like a lot.
And my professor was like a lot. Just lie.
You can literally just lie.
You could lie. It's not illegal. You could just lie.
I was having this discussion with Joe. We were talking about like, oh, like we're only at college like for the degree, but the degree doesn't, like everyone knows this conversation, right?
Right.
And I was
yeah.
and I was like, if you think you can get a job without a degree, then just lie on your resume and go apply to a job and see what happens.
I mean, you could, yeah.
You could just lie. You could just do that. And I imagine it is just a numbers game. At some point, someone will be like, yeah, you probably have a college degree, and you'll just get hired somewhere. Because there are companies that are just as stupid
like,
as people.
check?
No, but there are definitely some places that don't. There are definitely some places hiring that don't do background checks that probably should.
Oh, I mean, definitely. But like if I applied to work at like Twitter.
Yeah,
and
okay,
like,
well.
No, but like, hear me out. Because like, there's legal documentation that like shows my age and whatever.
Right.
I am not old enough to have graduated college. But like, let's say I graduate.
Well,
I lie.
I think you are old enough to. I think anyone could be old enough to graduate college if you're like 20. Because there are some people who are insane and they're just like, oh yeah, I took 24 credits every semester.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you could do that.
You know? And then there are some people going to college with like a gajillion AP credits, so they basically like already graduated.
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Yeah.
But I can't graduate early because architecture's a 4-year program.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Get fucked or whatever.
And I have to go to grad school, so that's even better.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna do that.
If you don't have to, I wouldn't. But it's like I can literally like double or triple my salary by going to school for like 1 or 2 more years. So I'm just gonna like do that.
It makes sense for you because it's like a special field or whatever. But
right.
like,
I don't think it makes sense for most people.
If you're just like a guy and you're like, oh yeah, I look at numbers. You don't need to go to grad school for that. To be honest.
Bro, no. It's like, yeah, I work in sales, and it's like, okay, and
it's like, who cares? Why are you here? Go sell something.
I guess if they don't ask for references, you could just lie.
Or you could also make up the references. What's stopping you from doing that?
Wait, but like, what if they actually check?
Okay, so let's say I make up a reference, and it's like, oh yeah, I worked at like this company for 3 years. Here's their number and email, but it's actually my email, and I just give the number to like my mom. And my mom answers the phone, and she's like, yeah, he was a great worker, great part of the team. Did his job, no complaints. I think my mom would do that. I think any good mom would do that.
Yeah, no, my mom's a good mom, but I don't think she would lie.
I think
I'll give him your mom's number.
Yeah, I'll give you my mom's number.
Yeah. But it's like that one person who was like posting on Twitter, like when Elon Musk like first bought it, and they were like, "Hey guys, I work at Twitter right now. I make $150,000 a year, and I don't do anything."
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I don't go to work. They just like pay me. And it's like, that's crazy.
I remember that tweet.
How did I get that job?
I looked into that because it was like a whole thread or whatever, and the situation was basically the people that managed him were laid off by Elon.
Right.
And then the people that you go to like, outside of that to get help with like understanding what you're supposed to do also got laid off.
Yeah. So it's like, what do you do?
They were just like floating in limbo basically. And they just added Elon to be like, hey, what do I do? And then Elon responded. And they figured it out, I think. I don't know.
I would not say anything. Why would you out yourself like that?
Well, if you don't say anything, that's like fraud, so...
Yeah, but like you didn't know, as far as like, again,
okay,
you could just lie.
I feel like it's pretty hard to be like...
Yeah. That's like a pretty difficult situation.
No, yeah, Your Honor, I did not show up to work. I made no attempt to understand what I'm actually supposed to do at the job. I made no attempt to reach out to upper management at all.
Your Honor, I tried. They didn't respond. I rest my case.
Your Honor, I got left on red. I don't know.
That's tough. Man. Yeah, so maybe I'll go for that.
Did you see the one guy that was Iceland's like person of the year or whatever, and he like works at Twitter, and he's like disabled, like he's in a wheelchair. And he was like, "Hey, Elon," he had like some problem, like he didn't know what he was supposed to do, like similar situation.
Yeah.
And he just added Elon because he was like, apparently this is the way things get done at this company now. You just have
This is
to
the only way to
add the
get anyone to
CEO on
respond.
Twitter to get things
Right.
done. So he added Elon, and he's like, "Hey, Elon, do I have a fucking job? Because HR doesn't know." And Elon was like, "Well, what do you do?" And the guy was like, "Do you really want me to break employee confidentiality over Twitter in this thread that has been seen by 15 million people?" And Elon was like, "Yeah."
Damn. Did he do it?
Yeah. So it was like a whole conversation they had. Like, he was just like, "Yeah, I was working on like this stuff." And Elon was like, "LMAO, so you did like nothing, basically." And I think he still works there. So,
Well, that's good. That'd be really bad if they fired him.
and he was Iceland's Person of the Year for like
This year?
5 years in a row or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Iceland Person of the Year.
And there was also some drama about like Elon saying that this guy like wasn't actually disabled, even though he's like literally in a wheelchair. But
Oh no, he did get laid off.
oh, did he? Damn.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat food.
Have fun.
R.I.P. or whatever. But honestly, that's like a congratulations situation. I feel like you don't want to be at Twitter right now.
No.
But you know,
He looks like a really nice guy.
I think you would say that about most people.
No, but like, you know how some people like look like mean and some people like look like they would just give you like a really warm hug?
Yeah, some people look like Keith Ledger.
He does not look like that.
Some people look like Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
You ever see
I don't know,
that,
he just
that movie, The Social Network,
I have not, no.
with Jesse Eisenberg as Mark Zuckerberg?
I have not, but I always I don't know how. I think that like when YouTube Shorts was like first a thing, and you've met me in real life, and you know that I'm not like
I have met you in real life. This is true.
I know. Well, I'm just letting you know for everyone out there.
Okay.
I somehow ended up on like the YouTube Shorts, like what I would imagine someone who like really likes Andrew Tate watches.
Yeah.
Like it's like edits with like the Chad theme of like the dubstep in the background, and it's like clips from like
Wolf of Wall Street.
like Wolf of Wall Street, like Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Tate being like, "This is why I hate women," and I was like, I like everything else in my regular YouTube recommended is like Pokemon and like game theory and like Minecraft. So I don't know how this happened.
I'm going to be honest. I think Andrew Tate is just in everyone's recommended,
Yeah,
you know? Just because he's
I mean,
big, popular
people-
man with opinions.
people interact with things that they dislike more than they interact with things that they like. So I guess that makes sense.
Did you see the picture of Andrew Tate, and he looks like Diogenes?
No.
Okay, so update, Andrew Tate, this isn't real an update, it's old news, but Andrew Tate is in like Romanian prison right now because he's being charged with human trafficking or something like that. And there are pictures of it, like he hasn't shaved. So
Dude.
normally he's bald, so he just has the worst hair known to man.
Oh my God, he looks horrible.
And his brother Tristan is also in prison with him, but he looks completely normal. Like he shaves and shit.
That's so awesome.
And
They also are just like they're just like the same.
yeah, they're the same. And Andrew
They look
Tate's
the same. They talk the same.
Andrew Tate's Twitter has just been like him posting like inspirational quotes basically since he's been in prison.
I hope
is
they're like the
really
ones
funny.
with like the cat poster where it's like hang in there, and then it's like the cat hanging from the tree.
No, here let me go to at Cobra Tate on Twitter real quick to read
That's
a couple.
his Twitter.
Yeah, it's at Cobra
That's
Tate.
that's pretty crazy. I don't know if I'd say I like it, but it is kind of funny.
Others
just not a
trust me because I trust myself. I trust myself because I've seen myself try harder than anybody else is prepared to try. If I need
don't
something
believe
done,
that.
I'm the best man I know.
Like I feel like there's a difference between having like self-confidence and being like, I am the best person that I know.
Which is crazy that people look at that and be like, he's right.
Well, it's like, oh my God, I could have a civil engineer build a bridge? Nah, that's shit. I'm literally going to put in the most effort of anyone I know.
That's right.
I will build this bridge by myself. By hand.
Jeff Bezos works 2,000 times harder than the average American, so therefore he deserves 2,000 times the salary.
He does. That's just true.
Because Jeff Bezos, you haven't seen fucking your neighbor across the road go to space. They haven't done any of that shit. They didn't work for that, you know?
I don't really know if it like was work for him to go into space.
So why
I feel
would
like he
you-
kind of just like sat there and like went.
He did just have his cronies be like, hey, make a spaceship.
Make a penis rocket and then shoot it up into the atmosphere and then we'll come back.
I do think it's funny that the rocket was shaped like a dick, but also rockets are just dick shaped. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of low hanging fruit.
Yeah, but like it looked particularly like penis shaped. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look at like the Challenger space shuttle and I'm like, that looks like a dick.
Yeah.
You know? Like that just didn't happen.
There was like Elon was on some podcast or whatever, and he was talking about like SpaceX shit, and he was like, "Yeah,
Right.
I told the SpaceX people to make the like tip of the rocket pointier because I thought it looked cooler." And the guy that was interviewing him was like, "Doesn't that make the rocket perform worse?" And he was like, "Yeah, but like, who cares?"
That's kind of awesome. Like I don't like him, but that's funny.
It's kind of based, but like, you know, go off or whatever.
Yeah, only a little bit though.
Sorry or congrats that happened.
I think.
I think.
Can we stop fucking talking about? I feel like it always somehow comes. We talk
Do you
about this
wanna
all the
go
time. It always
to,
comes back to billionaires.
Yeah, can we go to someone who is not a billionaire but is still rich?
Do you have like a particular segue in mind? Or do you want me to
Yeah,
just talk
I'm-
about literally anyone?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
go
asking
ahead.
for your permission here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about DJ Khaled because I think this
So
man
let's
is
end
the
it here.
funniest man on the planet.
He is not. He's funny, but not because he's not a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be funny.
He's not
just
funny
says
because
shit.
he's trying to be funny. Not at all.
He just says shit, and I'm like, classic.
Like there's that video he posted on Instagram where it's like him stepping off a private jet and he's like, hand me my driver. And he's like walking down the stairs and he's like, he's pointing to a guy, hand me my driver. And then there's a caddy who comes up and hands him a
Yep.
golf club.
Yup.
And then he just takes a swing and then walks into a limousine. Like that video is hilarious. That is some shit I would post if I had the resources to do that.
Yeah, you would do that, but like I don't like why. You know what I'm saying?
But it's so much funnier if DJ Khaled does it.
It is so much
Oh,
better
man.
if he does it.
I think we should, you know, like all comedians in this generation of comedians are just like dog shit. So I think we should just replace comedians with stupid people because stupid people are just infinitely more funny than people who are trying to be funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
This
I
is
feel like
why
trying to
the
be-
best comedians are people who don't do it for a job. Because if like being
Yeah.
funny is your job, then you're always like brainstorming how to like make the next big funny thing. But if you don't have to do that, you're just riding by the skin of your teeth. You know, shit
You're
just
having a good
comes.
time being funny.
Just being
Comes.
just.
And
And
you know
we've
what?
come full circle.
Aren't we all just piles of cum?
And we're all just cum, and sometimes your cum is funny, but it's only the cum of people that don't try to be, or the people that are funny, but they don't try to be funny, because if you try to be funny, then you become Jerry Seinfeld, and that's lame. And then you start dating 19-year-olds.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an
50-year-olds.
excellent episode.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying,
end
though?
it with an homage to our guy, Barry B.
No,
Seinfeld.
I'm on a hot streak. Why are we ending the show?
Go ahead. Finish your thoughts on Jerry Seinfeld.
No, that's about all I got.